What are the various bases, if we could just start in that regard, of issuance of show cause notice? कौन से reason से आ सकता है या?
Good question. That on what basis show cause notices come? In fact, if you look at the GST law, there could be like various multiple reasons. Say it could be pertaining to like mismatch of your income tax figures or TDS figures versus your GST returns figures. Sometimes it could be like mismatch with your financial statements, or there could be like a mismatch with your 2A, 2B versus 3B, or 2A versus 3B, etc. Sometimes e-way bills which you have generated, and there is no corresponding GST or 1 invoices which are generated, only e-way bills are there. So maybe there could be notices or queries revolving around that. There could be some industry-specific issues also. Let's say, for an example, the freight forwarders. There was typically in the service tax regime, there was a typical issue with regard to freight forwarders, whether their margins are taxable as a business auxiliary service or not. That was a typical question. Or say, for example, in case of exporters, Rule 9610 related issues were there. So there could be some industry-specific issues, also sector-specific issues also. Many times the show cause notice come for reversal of credit. All of you may be aware that Section 17(5) is talking about block credits, and there could be issues around that. Now, of course, the transitional credits, otherwise like in the initial period of GST regime, we used to have very many queries about the transitional credits. And one more such area was even anti-profiteering kind of things. Now the things are on a slower pace now, and it's going to die soon. So maybe queries around that, ineligible credits, or maybe non-payment to suppliers within 180 days, and therefore the credits needs to be reversed on that front. There could be notices. Non-filing of return by the suppliers. So that is a one big area where we get frequent notices. There could be certain legal issues, maybe interpretative issues, like nowadays the loading of agriculture produce at a place other than the farm. What happens to that? There are like issues, maybe refund rejections. For rejecting the refund, they may issue a show cause notices. Of course, now the extended period of invocation won't come after a few years, but as of now, 73-74 distinction is there still. Non-payment of tax by suppliers to government, or like cancellation of registration, maybe because the person was not found, etc. we discussed. So there could be very many such reasons for issuing show cause notices. Sometimes people get scared when they receive the show cause notice, or when an officer says, "मैं show cause notice issue कर दूंगा." So people get scared. What will happen if show cause notice comes? In fact, if show cause notice comes, that's nothing. In fact, it gives you an opportunity that why a particular tax should not be demanded, why a particular penalty should not be demanded, and it is rather an opportunity to you that you can explain your case well. And show cause notice has to give various reasons. It will give various reasons why the tax has been proposed. So you need to address only those points which are there in the show cause notices. So in a way, actually, show cause notice is a good opportunity whereby you can explain the case. But yeah, for various reasons, this can be issued.